Back with a car video, back to the roots, baby. So my name's Liam. If you're new here, I'm an entrepreneur, YouTuber. I've been making YouTube videos, made one every day for over a year now, and I'm also in sales management. So this video is talking about how I've shifted from grind set, where I thought all that matters is work, to now thinking, well, more of a neutral philosophy in that work is not the only thing that's going to make me happy. Success is not the only thing that's going to make me happy. And so as I've shifted, I've just noticed how my mentality has felt, what I've cared about. So Naval has a quote where he says, wealth, health, and happiness. We pursue them in that order, but their importance is in reverse. So really, your happiness is the most important. It greatly influences your health. Arguably, health could be first, but just for the sake of the quote, we'll leave it like that. And then health is incredibly important. And then lastly is wealth. However, we pursue them backwards. So what I found is that as soon as I had made this shift to not let things affect me, I just genuinely don't care as much. I really don't. Like, if some shit happens in the business, which is not my business, by the way, in the sales job that I work, if something happens, I'm more so just like, this is not my long-term game. It's so hard for me to be committed to a short-term game. However, I'm trying to remind myself that I need to soak up the skills of the opportunity. So if you're in something that is short-term, you don't need to work as hard at it as you would your long-term goal. In the same breath, though, you need to be able to soak up an experience. So I think, honestly, the optimal way to go is treat your short-term game as if it's your long-term one while you're playing it. That's at least how you're going to get the most results out of it. If you're trying to do something in order to grow, then you're going to want to treat it as if it's your main thing, which is hard to do. So I'm in the sales job. I've also got my own business. And so I so deeply want to just get out of this job as soon as possible, work on my own thing, and just see it grow. Yes, there's a dip immediately, but I really want to do that. And I catch myself just not giving a single damn about the sales management position because it's not the long-term game. It's so easy for me to play these long-term games, YouTube, jiu-jitsu, gym, because I'm excited about the compounding interest of it all. But in a way, I'm realizing that this short-term game is simply a chapter of my long-term one. So I may not be in this sales job forever, but I will use these sales skills forever. So maybe you're not in a job that you're going to be at for the rest of your life, and that's fine. Sorry, my camera's all fucked up. And that's perfectly, you don't have to be in your lifelong job right now. There is definitely stepping stones along the way, for sure. And so you have to see them as a part of the puzzle as opposed to an advertisement that's an interruption, per se. And I'm just yelling at my past self here, really. I use my YouTube channel as a way to solidify things into my psyche. And so that's more or less what I'm doing with this video. But it could be of value to you. So life happens. I'm just trying to profit and help people by simply sharing what happens in my life. Ooh, shoot, this is perfect. I took a different route to go home, and it turns out it's on the way home is Barnes & Noble. So I'm definitely going in there and checking that out. Serendipity, beautiful. If you don't know what serendipity means, it's kind of lucky in a way. You get lucky, things happen as they're supposed to, but not as you expected. However, back to the video, just know that everything... Sorry, just got a call from one of my reps, actually. That's funny how that happened. But I think I've just acknowledged mortality in that we're all gonna die. And so I'm more so just like, wow, I'm ready to just, for better or for worse, work on the work that I want to do. Just can't wait for my own stuff to work. I don't want to constantly be working on something for someone else. I feel like that's the beauty of entrepreneurship, is you're doing it completely for yourself, because life is short. So you are going to die. Nothing's going to matter. So if you want to enjoy your time on earth, I feel like doing what fulfills you to make money is probably one of the greatest opportunities you have. So anytime you're not going after that, you are in a sense wasting some time. So that's where my head's at.